Hi everybody, this is Christina at Scrapcraft and Stitchery, and today we are working in our July Junk Journal Challenge book, and it's Tuesday, and where are we? We have made it all the way to prompt number 16, postcard, and grab your paper cutters and your travel paper because today I am going to make a waterfall tag, element with postcards. So I have been working out how to do this and I think I can do it. I have created my own postcards that are just from local places and a place where we frequently go on vacation, and I'm going to finish up my postcards, and I have a couple of vacation pictures. I'm going to make a pocket with some journal cards using some pictures from my phone. These are just pictures from my phone, and I made a few postcards so they would fit into my journal nicely, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to put these onto this waterfall, and I'll have another pocket. So anyway, this is the plan. I hope you're ready. I hope I'm ready. This is going to be fun. I have this cool travel paper that I'm going to use for a background for these. And so let's get started. So we need to make the mechanism to attach our postcards. I need to attach my postcards to, I just printed these on printer paper. They are kind of dark. I don't know if you can see these. They're super cute. This is from when we went kayaking on the Little Red River in Arkansas. These are actually zucchini and summer squash from my from the garden, but I have made a Memphis farmers market postcard out of it. This is a cool mural that's actually kind of a postcard from just some mural that I've seen out and about, and this is a picture from the Memphis Zoo of a lion. It came out really dark. I don't know if you can see it, but I've put that the Memphis Zoo. So I made some travel related. I feel like I should be hired to work in the whatever that is called, the tourism board here locally today. That's what I was doing last night. It was a lot of fun looking for pictures that I could use for this. I've cleaned off my desk mostly, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. I want this to be 3.5 inches. My postcards are gonna be 3 inches across. There's 4 of them here, and these are 3 inches across. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a border. I think that's gonna help my mechanism to run smoothly, I hope. I tried this about 5 times to get this to work. So I'm going to cut this to 3.5, and this is where I'm going to attach my postcards to. And this is really cute travel paper out of a travel pack. And then I need another piece of this to make the place where it's going to slide through here. And I decided I think I want to cut this at 3 inches wide, and I want it like that. So I have this other piece left over. I don't know if it's going to be big enough. Anyway, there is, because do we need this again? Yes. Okay. I was researching how to make this. I want this to be at the bottom. And I think I'm going to make this about 5.5 inches tall. I don't know. This is going to go into my book directly. Let's just do what we've already done. So I made this approximately 1, 2, 3.5 inches. Okay, and the reason why is I'm gonna score this now. At 3.5 inches, I'm gonna make a score. 3.5 inches, I'm gonna score this. I have 4 cards that are going to move. So, and I'm gonna score this every 3/8 of an inch. So I'm just counting over 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo. Where was that supposed to go before I bounced off of it? Okay. Okay, and now I am going to fold these over. This is working well so far. Okay. So there is that. This is kind of very easy and kind of complicated at the same time, guys. I don't know what to tell you. So I have these 4 postcards, and these are just little tiny cards that I made to act as postcards. I thought they were kind of cute. I picked photos out of my photo library, and I just added some, like the Memphis Zoo. This is a picture from when we went to the zoo. It has a little lion. Little homemade postcards that I've backed onto cardstock, and I'm going to use these to make a waterfall journal embellishment. And I have been looking at how to do this. So I have this travel paper, and I've cut this. These are 3 inches across, and I cut this a little bit wider, so these will be attached here like this. Okay, and you're going to pull here, and they'll flip up. Where is my sample? Like this. Okay. And here I didn't leave a border, I just did this, but I kind of felt like they were catching on the edges, and I wanted to try and prevent that. I think it's just a matter of getting them glued down tight, but it does actually function fairly well here. Okay. Are you ready for this? So we want this to slide freely, and we need to make a pocket for this to slide through, and that is where this comes in. So I just have a pocket for this to slide through. Okay, I'm going to score this right along here and right along here. Okay, and now I'm going to fold this, and I am going to fold this. And I think This should fit right through there. Very good. I have left this a little bit loose to give this a little bit of room to slide. Oh wait, that's gotta go in there. Okay, the back part goes in there. This front part comes out. Okay. Okay, we can cut that off flush with that. So is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark this and cut it, is what I'm gonna do. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's flip this over. Okay. We will trim that off. Okay. So I now have this piece. I'm just trying to prevent right now, you don't want to have anything that this is going to get hung up on. And I think that this is the best way to do it. So that this is folded so that it's going to come around the back of your card where your things are sliding. And if you put that on the inside, that will give less places for your cards to get stuck because they're going to have to slide through here. So I think that's what you want to do. After I've tried this several times, I think that is the best way to do this. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this piece on. There, like that. That will get glued down there in whatever order we want them to be in. I'm going to put this one on the top, and I'll put maybe, I don't know, I'll put Arkansas on the bottom. So let's just see how this is gonna look. I'll have to find something to put on the bottom of here. Really. So I'm gonna glue these into each space. So I have 4 spaces, and I will glue these into each space. Eek. I guess I'm gonna glue them right on here. And I'm gonna line these up. I want to keep this part where it's going to bend. I want that to be, I do want to get these corners down good because I don't want that to catch on anything, okay? So I want the glue to go all the way to the edge, and I'm gonna center this on there. And I have about a 1/4 inch on each side as a border. And I did that to kind of allow, woo, oh no. Don't want to lose my postcards while you're going. So I'm staying out of this space right here so that this has room to function. So I'm gluing these underneath the score line. Bead of glue. I'm going to smoosh it all the way to the corners just to make sure I get good coverage on those corners. And I'm going to line this up so that it's not in that fold, but it's lined up with the card beneath it. And there we have the Memphis Farmers Market down. You know when you go on vacation and you see you're in the gift shop and they have those like cards and they're all connected and you can buy like 5 or 6 of them in a pack and they have all those beautiful pictures of the place where you're at, and that is kind of what we're going for here, really, I guess, as I'm thinking about this and I'm doing it. This might be a fun thing to do if you're doing like a junk journal swap, and you can make one of these for whoever you're swapping with postcards from wherever you're at. Wouldn't that be just super clever? Okay, I am going to very patiently allow these cards to dry so that they are adhered before I go pulling on this. That one's not quite right. Okay, let's get them lined up. I'm trying to line these up as best I can. Okay. Okay. So the other thing we're going to want to do is we need to glue this down here. Correct? The back part needs to be able to slide, and the front part needs to be stuck down so that it doesn't move. So I am going to do that now. And I'm going to line this up with this and hope that that is going to work. I want to test it. I really am wanting to test this. So it's going to waterfall like that, and I'm pressing on the back there so it's not waterfalling. There's our thing. That is our waterfall mechanism. So I can glue this down just the way it is. Yes. Okay. And I can find something here so that it is revealed at the bottom. You might want to put a 4th card on there. A 5th card could go here. There, you saw it here. I will link the channel below where I saw this. I watched a bunch of these, and I do think that some of them were better than others. I found one that kind of made it make sense, but I watched a whole bunch of these, guys. And kind of figured out how I was going to make it work. It was something else. Okay. So I am going to glue that down there. Okay. And let's see what we can do about finishing this up. This is like much larger maybe than it needs to be. It would maybe be better if it wasn't quite so big as that. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to... All right. This we can and should glue all over the inside of this guy. Making our own ephemera, guys. This is great. That we want to dry because it needs to dry. Do let these dry. You know what we say, how we're always saying like, oh yeah, I am gonna say let it dry, and I mean it, but I'm not going to do it. This I would suggest you let dry. Or else it's just gonna pull off right in your hand. You can also use tape, and then you don't have to let it dry as much. Let's put that right there. Okay. There you go. Totally unrelated. that's okay. It's all travel related. That is our thing. I will have to think of something to put there. It could be a picture. Whatever you want. It could be like Travel America style thing. That is the waterfall. And I'm going to just attach this straight into my journal. I might back this. We'll see. Let's look at our page. That is that. So this is, all right. So I have completed my postcard. So what we have is, this is kind of a travel related page. I have printed some, well, I made some postcards. I made 4 postcards, which are kind of local. And I made a waterfall flip for the postcards, and you can buy these postcards for 5 cents down at the general store. These are on a flip out because I just felt like if I attach this directly to the page, like I was gonna lose this ability for this to move freely. So you can flip it out and you can see that there are some pictures from our travels and things we can remember. So postcards are a great way to remember the places that you've been, to get some pictures of like some of the things that you've seen. And I really kind of like this. It's kind of a little very sentimental piece because it's got pictures from our travels attached to it. Lots of little details here. I could have made like some pockets and done some journaling. I didn't really leave any journaling spaces on here. I suppose you could put some journaling space here if you wanted to. You could have done a lot of things. I could have left these as journaling cards, but I decided to just glue them down to kind of help fill this space. Lots of options, but the big thing was the postcard waterfall flip, which is just tremendously kind of a fun little interactive bit here. I am so happy you joined me. I hope that you'll try and make one of these. I'll probably try another one of these at some point. It was fun figuring out how to make this work. I really like this page. It's just fun. It's got like lots of fun flip through bits. Thank you for watching my channel today. Tomorrow, I think, is Found in the Forest. I am just gonna say I have some, I've been pressing some leaves and some plants, and I am going to probably pull those out and work on the next page. I am so happy you joined me today. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And we're getting down to it. There is only, what, 8 more days? 7 more days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 days left in the July Junk Journal Challenge for 2025. So I hope that your journals are getting nice and full at this point. And thanks for joining. Be sure to check out the other channels. Check out the hashtag JJJC2025. And check out Leigh's page. Show everybody some support and some love at this point to kind of keep them going strong to the end. Stitch scrappily and scrap happily. Until next time.